Okay, let's make a melody.
I think I want to make a piano melody. So let's just start putting notes down. Oh, I guess I should probably pick my BPM and key. Sorry if you hear me sniffling a lot. My allergies are really bad right now. So so what I'm doing now is like I want to make both halves of these a little bit different. So I took these notes on the first half and just shifted them down a little bit. Now I'm looking for like other notes that I can move around a little bit to make things a little bit different. I think I want to turn these like first notes into chords. That's why it's okay. I think I want to add some bass notes to this. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to make the pattern twice as long. And the reason for that is because I want to add some more variation to this. So I want the beginning of this to be the way that I have it. And then I want the second half to have a little bit more going on with it. So in the second half, what I might do is start moving some of these notes that are already here and just moving them back a little bit. Maybe something like this. And then we can do the same thing with these chords. Ooh, that's good. The timing was off. The note's fine. So let me skip it. Ooh, okay. So I've added these like counter melody notes to the top of this half. I think what I want to do for the second half is like leave some space and then maybe lead into like a whatever it's called, like a fast no, you know, like descending or maybe ascending. I don't know. Ooh, and I think I want to end on this note. So A, or I don't mean end, I mean start, because I'm like leading up into that note. So I want to see what this sounds like. This is so pretty now. What the? I don't even know, like, at what point this became like something so pretty, but now I just want to sip on my coffee and listen to this for a second. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. I know I'm singing out of key, but I'm trying to find like what I want to do for this. Na 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 na. Holy cow! All that at the end was way out of tune and out of key, but hopefully auto-tune will carry us to victory. Na 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 na. Ooh, na, 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 maybe not. Maybe not. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 So this now, because of the halftime, has a bunch of low end, so I want to take a little bit of it out. So one thing that I've noticed when it comes to like recording your own vocals in and making melodies and stuff out of that sort of thing, um, if you're using autotune, which I am most of the time because I'm not that strong of a singer, um, sometimes like the autotune doesn't sound amazing with the pitch that you're singing at because and the reason for that is probably because you're singing at a key that's really far away from the key that it's supposed to be. So the autotune's having to do a lot of work, to get you there. And so sometimes it can sound very robotic and jumpy or whatever. You can sometimes alleviate that by just pitching the vocals up, anywhere from one semitone to 11 semitones. So almost an entire octave. But if you just pitch the vocals up and down, assuming you don't care that the vocals sound different than the original, right? Because if you care about pitch that they're at, then this isn't going to be an option. But if you don't care about that sort of thing and you are willing to pitch the vocals up and down like I did for this, you can make it so that the auto tune sounds better with those particular vocals. because it's not jumping as far and the autotune isn't taking over as much and isn't doing as much work. So it sounds more natural. Now, I mean, sometimes it's still going to sound super robotic or, whatever, but that can help with that sort of thing. Okay, so before we listen to it back one last time or a couple more times, I'm going to make the piano sound a little bit more real. So I'm going to Control A and then Alt R to randomize everything, and I'm just randomizing. I don't want to randomize the panning at all. I want to leave that alone. But the velocities, you can change how much the velocities vary, and you can go back and forth. I like to just vary them a little bit so that there's not too much variation. And then for the release, I do the same thing, but I vary it a little bit less, and then I leave everything else alone for most melodic things, and then hit accept. And then I'm going to go through and just kind of like highlight some of these notes seemingly at random. And we're going to go through and move some of them back and forward and make them sound more like a human playing. Okay, so now what I've done is I've randomized the timings. So now I'm going to pan some of the lower notes on the downbeats. So these are the bass notes. So I'm going to go with the 1, the 3, the 5, and the 7. And then I might get some of these other notes in between just for fun. So maybe these notes right here. Right? And let's just pan these back and forth. And then for the second half, I'll flip it. So in the other direction, just for some variety. Okay, so let's listen back to it from the beginning. Oh, I guess before we listen to it, when I go to actually finish this beat, obviously I'll put drums and that sort of thing on it. And then I'll probably also make a separate melody by consolidating the whole thing, flipping it and reversing it, chopping it up and that sort of thing. And then I also might make a bridge by putting halftime on everything, and then that'll be the bridge because I often do that just to make things easy. But this is more or less the melody that you're going to hear in the finished beat. So let's listen to it.